Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot and we are back with the Monday road trip. It has been 2 weeks since the last video. I do apologise, but we have been busy bees. Now, Monday road trip, for those who are new to the channel, is basically a Q&A type session where I answer many questions, and there are quite a few questions today from you lovely people at home. So if you do have any questions at all about anything, as you'll see they get a bit varied, feel free to leave them in the comments, and in the next video, which is probably going to start becoming every 2 weeks as opposed to every week, I will try to answer them, assuming they are appropriate and even slightly PG-13. Thumbs up. Okay, so we've got like 25 questions to get through, but I have picked a slightly longer trucking journey today. Oh yeah, right, we need to name the truck first. The truck needs a name. The truck, oh bloody lemons. It's not the most exciting truck. It's a little dull, admittedly. Zanzibar. I think I've called the truck Zanzibar before. Oh no, this is Zanzibar 2 then. Zanzibar, the return of Zanzibar. Anyways, let's get started with some questions. The first question: do you like Doctor Who? I do. I love Doctor Who. Do you love Doctor Who? Who loves Doctor Who? Everyone loves Doctor Who. No. I do. I don't think I'm as enamoured with it as I like to think I am. You know, I watch it and I enjoy it and it's amazing, but it's kind of not at the same time. It's very weird. Ever since the Dinosaurs in Space episode, which really disappointed me, I've really struggled. It just wasn't a great episode. And what do you think about Peter Capaldi? I think that's how you say it. He's the new Doctor guy. I think it's a good choice. It's nice having someone different. You know, Tennant and Smith in particular were very similar as doctors. Eccleston was a bit different, but they were all roughly the same age, blah 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 blah. Whereas Capaldi's like 50, 60 or something. He's getting on a little bit more. And the only thing I've seen him in is The Thick of It, where he just swears at everyone all the time. Beeping this and bleeping that, it's crazy. So it'll be very interesting to see. I think it's a good choice. I do. Next question, I think I've answered this before. What is the drunkest you've ever been? So I think I've answered this. I'll just do this one quickly. Last summer, on my European road trip, on the final day, we were in Bratislava in Slovakia for the final night, and it was like they'd rented out this big club just for us. It was an open top club, like no roof, by the river. It was a beautiful place, and there's about 30 of us who'd all survived to the end of this journey, and there was like prizes and stuff and a pretty much open bar. It was cheaper. It wasn't quite free, but it was very cheap. And apparently I really like mojitos. I don't anymore, but that night I learnt that I did. And one of my friends had been going on and saying that he can drink me under the table. I had to prove he can't. And I did. I proved it. But this was after about 10 pints of beer and about 10 mojitos and whatever the hell else I managed to consume. My memory, I'm missing about 15 hours. I woke up the next morning still drunk. It was mental. It was by far the drunkest I've ever been. I don't remember the next morning. I didn't get hungover until later the next day, like in the evening of the next day. It was rough. We went to McDonald's the next morning because that's what you do after a night out, obviously. And all I remember was putting this mic box on my head and poking eye holes in it and just dancing in McDonald's. I was off my head. I was absolutely wrecked. It was bizarre. I've never been that drunk. I've been slightly tipsy waking up. I've never still been wasted when waking up. It was too drunk. Seriously, the gaps in my memory are insane from that night. I just pushed it a little bit too far. Okay. Are you going to play Jurassic Park Operation Genesis again? The most common question in history. No. I'm not going to do another Let's Play of Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. Mainly because there is absolutely no reason whatsoever to do one. I don't understand why people want me to do it. What do you think we're going to achieve if I'm doing this? I'm sorry, I really am, but I get asked this all the time. Why would I do it? What is going to happen? Like, what do you think is going to be different? I don't understand why I'd ever do it. I do have a plan for it, which I'll explain later on in this video. I am going to do content on it. I'm not going to sit down and do a Let's Play over time, but I'll tell you guys later. Next question. Do penguins have knees? Yes, they do. They have very short legs, but they do have knees in those legs. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? I think I've answered this before as well. Costa Rica, definitely Costa Rica. Mainly because of the Jurassic Park connection, but also because just the variety of wildlife, the ecosystem, the variety in landscape and all that kind of jazz. It's just an awesome place. Have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons, or a pen and paper RPG? No, I have not. I think I tried it once. It's not really my thing anymore. I think 5-6 years ago it would have been more my style. I think I've moved away from that a little bit. I used to play Warhammer 40k. I used to play Warhammer. I used to do tabletop games, just never really dabbled as far as Dungeons and Dragons. Although we did play this board game that was kind of Dungeons and Dragons-ish. But no, not a proper paper and pen RPG. I don't get it. People say they're like a level 89 wizard, yeah, and they take that to the next game. Could you not just lie? Can I not just be like a level bazillion orc hunter wizard with a flaming sword of gypsies or something? Can I not just do that? Can I not just lie? What else? Would you rather be toyed with by hungry T-Rexes or see every dinosaur I like get killed? That's a really mean question. I'd have to say the dinosaurs get killed, I'm sorry, but self-preservation has to come top, as much as it would pain me. It depends how old I am. If I was like 80, if I was at the end of my life, I could live with being eaten by the T-Rexes, but now, when I'm 22, I'd rather see them all die, I'm afraid. It's self-preservation society. Oh, thank God, I thought I got fined. Fined. Loan installments in total of €5,788 were paid. This is nice. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the landscape. How nice is this? I don't actually know what we're doing in this journey. Can I find out? We're going to Duisburg with pesticides to kill the pests. It's basically a trip right across Germany. So Germany's very pretty. Okay, the last video I talked about future job, like plans. Someone asked, can't you just be a gamer? As in, I'm assuming, can I not just do this for a living? No. Not really. I mean, at this point in time, YouTube definitely doesn't bring in enough money for me to live anyway. You know, if I didn't have income from other sources outside of YouTube, you know, student loan and all that kind of jazz, I would die, probably. So no, at this point in time, I couldn't. I would like to get YouTube to the point, maybe, you know, a few more years, blah blah, where I could feasibly live off it. You know, I could use it as an actual job, but it's still never something I'm going to do full time. It's still never something I'd do as my career effectively, unless, I mean, if for whatever reason it starts making me a lot of money, you know, it becomes a big thing, then maybe I could take a few years out and focus on it. But at the end of the day, I think I'd feel a little unfulfilled. You know, I enjoy doing this, I really do, but I wouldn't want it to be my life. You know, I don't know. What is your opinion on rugby? I like rugby. I don't particularly watch it at all. I watch England when they're on, Ireland when they're on. You know, went to Aberystwyth in Wales for a year at university, so that was Wales, so obviously everybody was absolutely mad on rugby, and being an English rugby supporter in Wales during like the World Cup was not a good experience for me. But yeah, it's alright. I prefer football. What are you going to do when you're 1,000th video? Now, 1,000th video, it came to me last night in a dream. Actually, it came to me 2 nights ago in a dream. I got what I think is a great idea. I think. Yeah, it is. It's a fantastic idea. People will love it. Let's put it that way. Because you've been bugging me about it for years. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because it's not that far away. It's only about 50 videos away. But I will say, it's going to be a... No, that's not what my idea... What is my idea? Oh, no. So I've got 2 ideas. I'm doing something else later this year. I'm going to have to sort of think out loud, but it's going to make absolutely no sense to everyone. Just think about potatoes for a minute. What the hell was my... Yes, okay, this is how it's going to work. Yeah, my 1,000th video isn't actually going to be a big deal. I know what it is. It's just like an announcement video, but it's going to announce something very cool down the line. Yeah. Which will happen in a couple of months. Yeah, this is the plan. A 1,000th video, you'll see, it's going to be an announcement, which is going to announce something else down the line, which hopefully you guys are all going to get involved in as well, and you'll see what I mean. It's going to be cool. People will appreciate it, I think. We are very close to a 1,000th video, about 50 away now, if not a little bit less. I would be a lot closer, but I did go through and delete about 40 or 50 videos fairly recently. All the little Let's Plays I had because I used to, you know, be in a fairly bad habit of I'd start a Let's Play and cancel it very quickly, which isn't something I want to do anymore, and I think I've been a lot better at that. We had to cancel Jurassic the Hunter just because the emulator was absolutely horrendous. What was I saying? Exciting words? Imagine exciting words. Think about them for a second while I try to recapture my train of thought. Bugger. What was I talking about? Gypsies? Potatoes? Butter? It's always butter. I really can't remember. Oh no. Yeah, finishing Let's Plays. And something else. Why can't I remember? Oh no, something about finishing Let's Plays. Had to stop Jurassic the Hunted. I don't know where I was going with that, I'm just going to move on. If you discovered a new species of dinosaur, what would you call it? BestInSlotosaurus? That kind of rolls off the tongue fairly well. I don't know, it would depend on the dinosaur really. I'd have to call it something obscure. I don't think I could just give it like a nice normal Latin name, meaning like if it was Triceratops, three-horned lizard, blah blah blah. It'd have to be Gumdrop Mountain in Latin or something, you know? What is the oldest console or PC you have? I'm sure I've got like a really old... I think I've got my Game Boy Color somewhere at home. Maybe an original Game Boy. I've got a SNES somewhere. The oldest console I have that I know where it is, and I actively have it, is my N64, which I got for my birthday from my sister last year, and I've yet to touch it at all. So yeah, there you go. Why do you love dinosaurs? I don't know. I've answered this before as well, actually. I just do. They're amazing. They're just better than current animals. They're just big and rogue, and I don't know how you can not love dinosaurs, frankly. Everyone on the planet should love dinosaurs. Do you have a fantasy football team? I don't do fantasy football. I should. But the problem is, every time I do fantasy football, I just make it Liverpool. Because I love Liverpool, I struggle to put other players into my team. I do the same when I played FIFA on Ultimate Team. FIFA 13 Ultimate Team, 99% of my squad, Liverpool players. I just can't help it, so I'm rubbish at fantasy football. Unless Liverpool go on to win the league, which obviously they're not going to this year. Jurassic Park Operation Genesis versus Jurassic Park Builder. Well, Operation Genesis, hands down. Are you a fan of beans on toast? Now there's two ways I can answer this. The first one, as in the food stuff. It's a nice food stuff, you know. I like beans. I used to hate beans with a passion, with a fervent passion. I would hunt beans down and kill them again. But I grew to like them, and beans on toast is very nice. I don't eat it because obviously dieting, and it has got no nutritional value whatsoever for me, even in the slightest. Although it is quite low in calories if you do it properly. 2 pieces of bread is about 200 calories. Tin of beans, it isn't actually that much. I think I do have beans in the cupboard. I really want beans on toast now. God damn you! But no, it's not something I eat at the moment, but, you know, when I'm bulking, maybe. Or, beans on toast is also a singer. It's this guy, little solo singer, who does music. I don't know, he does a song called Wave Goodbye to EMI, which is fantastic. Speaking of music, because I keep forgetting to do this, I'm going to make my musical recommendation now. I'm recommending this woman called Sarah Barry. I don't know how you say her last name. Barry Ellis. It's Berets or something. It's something like that. It's vaguely French. I don't know. She did that song, Love Song, about 8 years ago, which was really, really popular, and then she kind of vanished off a little bit. But she does. It's cheesy. It's not that cheesy actually. It's just straight up female singer pop music. That's what it is. If you don't like pop music, she's not about to change your mind. But the woman can sing, and she plays the piano, and I'm kind of in love with her. She's beautiful, and I love her songs. I've been playing her. I was in the gym earlier today, and instead of putting like hard rock on, which is, you know, gym music and like pumping it, no, I put her on and listened to little piano ballads and stuff. It was a bit weird, but you know, it did the job. So I'm going to link a song that she does. I don't know which one. There's a strings version of a song called King of Anything, which I love. It's probably going to be that. We'll see. But that'll be in the description of the video as always. T-Rex, Spinosaurus, or Allosaurus? T-Rex for me. I've always been a T-Rex kind of guy. I like Spinosaurus, but it doesn't look as... It's too slim. I like the bulkiness of the T-Rex, you know, the big head and the thick-set jaw, and the rag. It looks more threatening than the Spinosaurus, which gets a lot of its size from the sale anyway. What is your favourite game? That's a horrible question as well. I think I've answered this. I assume they have. This is the 20th video. You'd think favourite game would come up by now. I think I do have to stick with Fallout 3. I mean, I plugged so much time into Fallout 3. I really did. I go back and play it now and I don't love it as much. I don't think it's aged that well at all. And my poor experience with New Vegas kind of ruined it for me a little bit as well. But probably Fallout 3. I feel, you know, I should pick something old and retro, like everyone loves Legend of Zelda, blah blah blah, but I really love Fallout 3. I really do. Trying to think, the first Mass Effect, I was gutted when I finished that. I finished it in about 2 days, about 40 hours of play, and I was visibly heartbroken when it finished because I just wanted to keep playing it. I didn't want to let it go, you know. Oh well. Have you ever applied to a TV show? Yes, twice, actually 3 times. Applied to... what did I apply to? I applied to The Weakest Link on my own. I got through to the interview stage, I didn't make it past there. I applied to Pointless with my sister, and we got through to the interview stage. We went down to Manchester and did an interview and like a mock trial show and stuff, and didn't get through that interview process. Don't know why I don't get through these interview processes. I used to be quite nervous in front of the camera. I used to be quite stuttery and shy, so that probably didn't help. And me and the ex-girlfriend applied for Bargain Hunt because we thought it would be a laugh, and they never got back to me on that either. So I've actually applied to 3 game shows and not really got very far in any of them. Oh well. This wasn't a question that somebody did bring up Oblivion. I love Oblivion. Oblivion's an amazing game. Oblivion would be in my top 5 as well. I crammed the hours in that. I've just noticed I've got a little mobile phone. Hello. Hello, beautiful. You're so cute. And so tiny. And useless. And floating, seemingly. Yeah, I love Oblivion. I really do love Oblivion. Do I love it more than Skyrim? I do think at the time... So you've become more cynical with age and blah, blah, blah. I loved Oblivion at the time more than I loved Skyrim at the time, but and people don't tend to agree with this, Skyrim is the better game, and I don't see how you can't agree. Combat's better, the world's better, graphically it's miles ahead, the engine's better, the physics are better, the AI's better, the questing's better, the final quest is it's not fantastic on either of them. Skyrim is just the better game, but nostalgia tends to corrupt people a little bit, and yeah. I mean, do you remember the horses from Oblivion? The horses from Oblivion were terrifying. The eyes, they looked like frogs. There was just these big bulging eyes popping out the side of the heads. They were awful things. They were absolutely terrifying. They really were. The one thing Oblivion did better, I think, was guilds. I didn't really feel the attachment with companions and that lot in... The Dark Brotherhood was better in Skyrim, but I don't think the others were. I think the Fighters Guild and that lot were better in Oblivion. Why do you play horror games? Oh, bloody no. Sorry, little yellow person. Oh, it's a yellow car. It means I have to punch somebody. Oh, there's 2 of them. My friend keeps punching me whenever he sees a yellow car. He's a horrible human being. Anyways, why do you play horror games? 2 reasons. 3 reasons. I don't find anything. It's not a word. I find that in terms of creativity and unique experiences, particularly in the indie game market, horror definitely leads the way, you know. I mean, okay, I've played some bad ones recently, like things like Mental. It wasn't bad, but it had no unique ideas or anything. But started Doorways, Let's Play Doorways last night, which is fantastic so far, and it's clearly just a little bit different, and it's something you don't get as much with non-horror games, and I like that aspect. People like being scared, you know, that's why roller coasters exist at the end of the day. People do enjoy it, and I am getting better. You do watch the videos, I'm not quite the absolute coward I was a year ago, so I am building up, and I'm going to keep playing them and hopefully be okay. I'm still going to die at jump scares and stuff because I always do. I'm never going to be anything but soft, but I'm trying my best. And honestly, it kind of, I say it brings in the views, and it hasn't really been bringing in the views, but I'm very aware that horror games is very much where YouTube is heading and has been heading for a long time now, and frankly I just want to get in on it a little bit. You know, I play the dinosaur games because I love dinosaurs. I play horror games because I am starting to enjoy them, but at the end of the day I do have to think about the progression of the channel as well. I wish I didn't have to, but it has become, you know, part of my livelihood. This is very frank. This is the only video where I'm ever going to be this honest. You know, these Monday road trips. This is what you get, ladies and gentlemen. You get pure honesty. Because you talk about the business of YouTubes. Would you create Jurassic Park? Yes. Favourite Doctor? Oh, tough question. I mean, I've only seen 3. I never watched old Doctor Who. I assume you mean that. I assume you don't mean real life Doctor. I don't know any real life doctors. I don't even have a doctor. Yeah, I went to the hospital the other day and like they asked who's your doctor, who's your GP. I just stood there going, I've not had a doctor for about 10 years. It's crazy. Anyway, Matt Smith or David Tennant? I really liked David Tennant. I really did. But the problem with David Tennant is I don't think he had as good companions. I know Matt Smith only really had Amy Pond, Karen Gillan. Gillian? It's Gillan or Gillian? I think it's Gillian. But I love Karen Gillian. She's I'm in love with the woman. So that plus Matt Smith being really good, I'm gonna give it to Matt Smith. I really am. I really didn't like Billie Piper as Rose. Catherine Tate was okay. Martha was okay. The companions just weren't great with Tennant. Tennant was amazing, don't get me wrong, but as a whole, I preferred Matt Smith's one as the Doctor. What is your opinion on Primeval? Now this gets brought up quite a lot, and I've never actually seen it. I've seen one episode about 6 months ago. I'm sure I should watch it. I'm sure I should watch it and love it. But there is a problem. It's the same reason I don't watch Harry Potter. Why I stopped watching Harry Potter. I get annoyed that it's not real. I watch Primeval, I just think, why aren't dinosaurs real anymore? Obviously they are real. Why are dinosaurs extinct? That's silly. Why have you ruined my life? And I get really jealous of the people. People keep telling me I look like that Connor guy. I get that we have the same name, but I don't look like him. I don't see it at all. His facial hair annoys me. I'm sorry. Maybe I do, but I don't see it. Well, you never do when you look like someone now, do you? So yeah, I'm sure I should get into it, but I mean, there's so much I need to watch at the moment. There's so much TV that Primeval is just, it isn't sitting that high on my list. Although what is there's a Walking with Dinosaurs film coming out in December. It's a film, like a 2-hour feature film about dinosaurs. It's going to be amazing. Which brings us very nicely onto our next question, Jurassic Park 4. What are your opinions? I think I talk about this every week now, but I'm really excited. It could go so badly, but there's two things really going in its favour. Number one being, actually 3 things. Number one, Spielberg's not directing. I don't rate Spielberg as a director at all. Number 2, the writers behind it are really good. They're the pair who did Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which I thought was a really, really good film, and very similar to Jurassic Park in theme. You know, nature not being able to be controlled, breaking out, blah blah blah. So that's good. And finally, the director is really good as well. I mean, I've only seen one of his films, and he's a very, very new director, so he must have done a hell of an interview and had a hell of a vision to actually get the job in the first place. But I can't remember his name, but the director's this guy who did... He did a film called Safety Not Guaranteed, and it is a absolutely fantastic film. It really is. If you've not seen it, go download it. I don't care if you do it illegally. Just go download it and watch it. Oh, lemons everywhere. Ooh, ooh, ah, beautiful. I've not been fined yet. I shouldn't have said that. But oh, bloody Nora. But I haven't been fined yet. I've only got an hour of driving left, and I haven't been fined. This could be the one, ladies and gentlemen. My first perfect journey. I'm not going to park because I can't park. But this could be something special. You may be in for a treat here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited. What was I saying? Yeah, he's a fantastic director, based on that film anyway. I'm sure it's a bit of a risk, you know, he's only done the one major film, and it wasn't even that big a film. It's basically a rom-com. But it wasn't a typical, sappy, normal, dull, predictable rom-com. It's basically, I'll talk about the film for the last hour, because that was actually the last question, near enough. Basically, there's this guy who puts an ad in a newspaper saying he needs a buddy for time travel. For his time travel, yeah, and finishes it with the line "Safety Not Guaranteed," hence the title of the film. Then there's this girl and a couple of guys who work for a newspaper. I think it's a newspaper or an online magazine. They work as journalists, basically. It's like interns. The girl being Aubrey Plaza from Parks and Recreation, which is also amazing, by the way, and I love Aubrey Plaza. So Aubrey Plaza, these two guys, they go and they interview the guy, and it just, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it is a fantastic little indie film. It really is one of my favourite films. So I've got faith in him. Obviously, there's nothing like Jurassic Park 4 will be, but he's come out and talked about Jurassic Park 4, and said he's making it basically as a fan. To an extent, he's making his Jurassic Park 4, he's making the Jurassic Park 4 that he would want to see. As a really big fan of the series. I'm trying to think what would make a good Jurassic Park 4? It needs to be clever. They've not been clever since the first one, really. I like the second one. And obviously I like the third, but I loved the second one more than I loved the third. But the second and the third weren't clever. The first could have been clever, didn't really nail it as much as it could have. They just... less focus on children, that would be nice. Maybe a little more variety in dinosaurs. You know... oh, screw it, let's just go for it. Oh, come on, it was on orange! No! I was 19 minutes away! 19 minutes away! Oh, the agony! All the agony! I was so close to not being fined for once! Oh, that is horrible. Screw you, game. Screw you. Final question was, if you saw a T-Rex, what would you do? I would die, assumedly. What are you going to do? It depends where you are, doesn't it? It'd be nice. I'd try to take a photo if I could. Run away, I guess. I mean, I know it's going to catch you, but there's no point standing there waiting to get eaten. You may as well give it a go, eh? Yep, yep. Boop. Beautiful, beautiful. So that's our little journey across Germany. Didn't really pay attention to any of it. It's nice enough. We did notice a little bit of forest earlier. It was very, very nice. And this is the general gist of the Monday road trip. I have a notepad file up with lots of questions, answered them, and that's about it. We drive a truck. So if you do have any questions that you want to see answered in the next video, which, like I say, is probably going to be 2 weeks' time, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will make a list and get to the... oh, bugger lemons. I will get to them in the next video. Lovely jubbly. I'm only a minute away. I'm 2 minutes away. I'm a little confused as to where I'm actually going to be turning in, because I'm still like on a dual carriageway. Ah, there it is. No! 11% for that. It's all gone to hell, ladies and gentlemen. It's all, as soon as I start focusing on the game instead of answering questions, I actually just start crashing and losing my score. I'm going to lose so many beautiful points. All my beautiful points. Oh, I'm so sad. I love that bus. God damn it. My hand feels really weird. Sorry, but since I got back from the gym, it's just... I don't know. It's like it's swollen, but it's not. It's clearly like it's visibly not swollen, but it feels like it is when I bring it in and stuff. I'm gonna have to get some weightlifting gloves or something. I don't know. There's this guy who's always... I mean, I'm in the gym fairly regularly, and this is a guy who's there every time I'm there. Like, without fail, this guy is there. And he's a big guy, you know, he's clearly been there for a long time. The theory is he actually lives at the gym and just kind of hides in the bathrooms at night. And he hasn't been there the last 2 times. I'm a little worried he's dead. I hope he's not dead. That's about all I've got. Oh, I can't believe 11% damage at the end there. That has completely screwed my score. Absolutely screwed it. What a pain in the butt. What a pain in the butt. And I have a text, which is very exciting, so I'm waiting about 20 seconds to go see what that is. Boop! Good work, it could have been excellent. It was so close to excellent. Do we level up? Yay! Oh, I'm a skilled worker apparently. The game clearly has not been paying attention. There we go. Awesome. Okay, that is the Monday road trip. As usual, please do like, comment, subscribe. I don't know why I would on this video, but you might do. And if you do have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll get to them in 2 weeks' time. Cheers, thank you for watching as always, guys. Much love, bye-bye.